you. Okay. Okay, so I'll start the interview now, Andrea. So, when did you start becoming conscious of your body image?
I think it first started off when I was young. In primary school, I was like the more plump girl, in my family. And then, my brother would make like passing comments like, oh, are you in a tough club yet? So tough club last time it was called Trim and Fit Club, which is the one like for like obese people. So like, yeah, it never really occurred to me that I was maybe borderline obese. And then after that I started being more conscious of myself, like, oh, my size, the things that I eat. But I wasn't very mindful of what I eat previously as well. So I was just a happy kid eating whatever's given to me. Yeah.
I mean, personally, I was also in the tough club, like in my generation. And then my sister and my brother would always like mock me for it as well. And I always like get bullied in school. Yeah. Then, how did it like affect your daily life, like emotion wise?
It wasn't only until maybe as I grew older, and then maybe in my 20s where I started becoming more conscious of how I look, especially to like the opposite gender.
Right.
And then back then I had a really like bad breakup with my ex. And after that I thought like maybe if I change like my outer appearance or maybe lose some weight, then I'm more worthy of him, or like more worthy of other people, and I look better. Yeah, so my weight loss journey started then. And then I started wanting to cut out some weight. But previously I was at a healthy weight lah, but I was like flabby. So I didn't really do much. I wasn't a sporty kid growing up. I was more of like a arts kid. So I love music, I love drawing and all that. And sports was never my thing. But after that, after the breakup, I started taking up exercise. To not only look better but also feel better about myself after the breakup. Yeah, but I feel like the motivations weren't good going on to that weight loss plan. I didn't follow a very rigid plan. I was just following like YouTube workouts, but I was over exercising like a lot. And every day I was doing a lot of workouts, like HIIT workouts. I can do up to like 1 or 2 hours. Yeah.
Would you say that like factors, right, that triggered the eating disorders, like is breakup like one of them, or are there like any other like factors?
Yeah, there are other factors as well. I met my then another like the next boyfriend, which is right now my husband. Yeah, previously I had like a really bad misconception about like this perspective or this idea about how women should look smaller than their partner. Cause I don't know why the media actually portray this.
Yeah.
And we are told to be like to look slimmer than your partner. And then I was already actually quite thin. So I even like lost even more weight because of my husband's size. He was his metabolism is very fast. So he's quite a skinny guy. Yeah, and he's not very tall as well. So I literally I look bigger than him standing next to him. And then I thought like, oh, maybe I should lose even more weight to kind of like match up to his size. And I think that was a very negative I don't know, mindset. And I know many people also go through like also have the same mindset. So after that I started even eating less and cutting out food, and like my calorie intake was very little. And I was living alone back then in Australia, so no one could actually keep tabs on like what I ate or what I did. So I was just in my own world, and it also gave me like a sense of control. I was very into like weighing myself every day. And Yeah, and I actually did lose a lot of weight, but I look like a skeleton basically. And previously when I started out, the weight loss, it was like 48 kg, and then at my lowest I was like 36 for like my size of like 156 cm tall.
Mm.
Yeah, so yeah, when I slept or when I sit, my back would hurt, or like my bum would hurt, because I had no fat to cushion me at all. Yeah, and I thought like I had some disgusting thought of like, oh my gosh, this weight loss like is good, cause like, oh, I'm so thin now, and I'm then I thought like, being thin means being attractive, but in the end it's not. Yeah.
Right, definitely. Then do you have like a rough like time period you would say that like this whole eating disorder journey lasted? Like, is it like how many years?
I think it started in 2014.
Okay.
Yeah, when I first met my husband.
Mm.
Then it was until I think after I graduated, and then I came back, and I started, facing my fear of foods. Cause now I have to eat with my family, and they eat rice, which I haven't eaten rice for like 4 years in like Australia. I rarely eat. And like, carbs were portrayed very like negative in the media, like it will make you gain weight,
Right.
often like pasta or rice and all that. So I was very scared of touching it. But being back in Singapore and with my family and friends, it kind of like made me think like, oh, maybe there's a problem with me, of me not consuming such foods. Yeah. And I was also in like, I would be more conscious of like eating healthier versions. So if there's like brown rice, I'll definitely opt for the brown rice. And then if no white rice, and then I'll try eat less of it or none of it. So yeah.
I
So
believe.
what was the question? So sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah, I was feeling better, yeah, when I came back. I think 2017. And then
that's good.
yeah, and then after that I also started hearing like more podcasts and more following more people who have the same problems, issues as me, like anorexia and bulimia as well. I was also like, once I hit rock bottom in my eating disorder journey, like I restricted so much. After that, I started eating a lot more calories, like out of, how to say, like starvation mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I started craving for all sorts of food. Like when I went back here, I would always like jump from like places to places to find like good food to eat. But I didn't realize that was like fueling like my sort of like my bulimia. It's not diagnosed lah, but I felt like it was during that stage where I had to get as many. My body was just telling me to eat more because I was starving myself for so long. Yeah, so that phase kind of start like gone on for like about a year, and then after that I started gaining more weight, and I was also on a journey to get my period back, because I lost my period for I think 2.5 years. Yeah, so I didn't have a period for 2.5 years, and after that my mom knew about it as well lah. So she brought me to like TCM clinics to do like therapies and moxibustion, and then it sort of came, there was spotting, but it still took quite a while, maybe a year, to get it back, because after that I was also eating in combination with the TCM, I was also eating more, and I tried eating more carbs, like I realized that I tried eating more fats because I didn't want to touch the carbs first.
Right.
Then I found out the fats don't really help, because I've heard some people like they eat more like fats, like healthy fats like avocados, nuts and all that. It didn't work for me. So I started eating sweet potatoes. Last time I didn't really dare to eat too much of it. Yeah, and then it didn't really help. And you know what was the item that made my period come back? Was actually the white rice. Maybe
Oh,
because I'm so
really?
yeah, my genes are probably very Asian. Yeah, so I started eating, like facing like all my fear foods again, and then
That's
after that, yeah, it was really pushing my boundaries, but I was just telling my negative thoughts of like, telling my what's that, the evil side of me, saying like, oh, it will be worth it when your period comes back. Because yeah, if you don't get your period, if you lose your period for like too long, you start to have early onset osteoporosis. So
Right.
it's very, very dangerous. Yeah.
Would you say that your period, right, was the missing your period was the final straw as to what pushed you to recovery?
I think so. Like I never thought about me dying early. Yeah, cause I know my mom has heart disease.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, losing her was losing like the idea of losing her was terrible. And then me not even taking care of my body well, yeah, it was also like a thought that I never actually encountered. And then when I had to face it, then like yeah, I had like the fear of dying early. So after that, yeah, I started putting more effort in eating more and going to recovery lor.
Right. Then how did you like start on your healthy eating journey? I understand that you start to face the fears, right? Of like eating fried rice for instance. Like how exactly did you start?
Do you mean like during my eating disorder days where I started eating more healthy, like during the weight
Correct.
loss, or oh, okay.
Yeah.
You know the term called orthorexia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like the obsession of eating only like clean foods.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I did a quiz online after I found out about the term orthorexia and reading up more about different kinds of eating disorders. And then I did a quiz, and I think I got like 9 out of 10 of all like the potential like symptoms.
Okay.
Yeah, then I thought like, yeah, I was way too concerned about the calories, about and not going out enough to and avoiding like social situations to avoid eating like unhealthy foods. So yeah, that was totally like cutting me off from my friends and my family, or like I have to like bring like packed lunch every time I go to work so that I can control my environment and what I eat. Yeah. So I started that I think in 2014.
214.
2011. I started like I think it's during the same time lah. Cause
Mm.
you want yeah, cause I even wanted to lose even more weight, so I had to eat even cleaner.
Then I believe you founded Clean Addicts, right? And
Yeah.
it's also part of the journey to recovery, is it?
Actually, um, yeah, it's quite an interesting thing because I think everyone has a very different way of healing.
Mm.
Um, some people like maybe want to focus, like let's say if they want to start a bakery, they want to focus on like the fear foods that they have, and then that is therapeutic to them. That is therapeutic to them, so that they can face the fear foods. But for me, it's like I love dessert so much, and then I just wanted like healthier options so I can eat. Like I won't be scared of desserts. Yeah, and then but I'll still mindfully also eat other desserts as well. But this is something that kind of it started from the orthorexia, but then it also progressed to being more balanced.
Does it make you happy that people are eating the healthier desserts that you're offering?
Yeah, it does because um it I started this bakery because actually of my mom who has heart disease, and both of us we love desserts a lot, and we had trouble like finding desserts that are lower in butter and sugar elsewhere. And then I decided to make my own and take things into my own hands lah. Yeah, so I try to incorporate like whole foods like dates. Dates are a natural substitute for sugar.
Mm-hmm.
And then beans as our butter substitute. And it first started off with my cocoa like bean brownies. And then after that I started making cakes with them. And after that I branched out into other flavors and other items as well. So yeah, I like knowing that people actually enjoy my bakes and are more into eating plant-based is really great because I did research on many different kinds of diets. Right now I don't believe in subscribing to any form of like diets for myself, but I feel like eating a predominantly plant-based kind of like foods will be beneficial for our long-term health in terms of longevity, and then our blood, our lipid levels, and then for our heart, actually overall health lah. Yeah.
Then how do you feel about, just to clarify, right, would you say that you have fully recovered from the eating disorders?
I don't believe that anyone can fully recover from their mental health issues, honestly. It's not like a black or white kind of thing. It's about every day it's like a battle every day, actually. We are struggling. So you're trying to make like the negative thoughts kind of silence, like the negative thoughts of like today, like yesterday I ate so much, and then today let me eat lesser and then exercise more. That kind of like mindset is quite toxic. Or actually don't eat at all. Like some people actually skip meals, and I find it very, I don't know. It's just like my mom. She herself actually has such. To be honest, like I know there are many moms who kind of like portray their insecurities onto their children. And she herself doesn't know it, but I can kind of like identify, like, when she tells me like she ate too much for like her first meal, then she doesn't want to eat for the rest of the day anymore. I mean, that sounds like quite like a bad mindset, and it's quite triggering. But hearing all these triggers, you have to like defend against them. So yeah, every day is like a war. But I try to silence and not like take their opinions, like not get their opinions into your head. Yeah. Does that answer?
Yep, it does. So then, how would you sum up your eating disorder journey so far? Like, how do you feel mentally, like mental-wise, emotionally-wise? Yeah.
How I feel? You mean the whole journey, is it?
Yeah, the whole journey and like where you are right now. Like you are a lot more happier than before, and yeah, like is there like anything you're super proud of?
My personal journey lah, not like telling others it, right? It's just my
yeah.
Okay. I feel like I think the most rewarding part of this whole journey is sharing my story with other people, so that they know that there are other people who are suffering in the same or suffering from the same disorder, and it's possible to recover, to heal, not fully, but there is hope, and you should never ever give up on yourself. And I'm glad that I didn't give up on myself as well, and I started and I'm also grateful for the support that I received from my husband, who has to which I sometimes tell him, like, oh, you have to like give me affirmations that I'm good enough, and my weight doesn't define me as a person. And me myself, I also have to believe in this. Like, you have a logical side of saying like, yeah, your weight definitely doesn't define you, but then emotionally you'll be like, oh my gosh, I feel like I've gained weight today, that kind. So like, yeah, you must have like support, a very good support system, and I'm grateful to have that.
Right.
And overall I'm quite proud of where I am today, and I hope to do more and spread more awareness about this.
My next question is actually like, what advice would you give to people who are struggling with eating disorders? Then I think you already mentioned like a few like affirmations and everything, but when it comes to maybe perhaps dieting, I think dieting is very common. Like even for myself, I remember I ate like just one fish ball a day. Like yeah, and I took like the staircase from like first floor to 10th floor every day and night. Yeah, it was I went from 70 to 49. Yeah, it was terrible. But then I kept counting the calories also. So then like do you have like some tips on like healthier dieting, like healthier way to diet, like a start for those struggling?
Number one, maybe I can give like 3 tips. Yeah. Number one is always listen to your body. Sometimes, like, for women, we think that we only have like a number of calories to consume a day, But it is so much more than that. It's about listening to your body, your hunger cues, and our hormones are always fluctuating throughout the month. And especially when your period comes, there will be certain, days and weeks that you feel a bit more peckish. And yeah, I feel like it's very important. And counting calories definitely do not serve for us humans. And unless you are like a bodybuilder or you're a competitive athlete and yeah, you want to change your body composition. But other than that, as us humans, we have to like firstly think like listen to our body, and if we are hungry, please eat. If you're full, then yes, you can stop. But then if you want to have a little more, it's fine as well. You don't have to be so scared of having a little more like chocolate or desserts a day. And your body is very smart in knowing when you want more and when you want less. So you just have to trust your body. Yeah. And secondly, I feel that knowing your macronutrients is also quite important. Like how much, like the portion size of your plate. But it also depends on, your size and all that. It's important to have all the macronutrients like healthy fats, protein, and fiber, and your vegetables, and as well as carbs. And knowing your portion size is very important. So like in a plate, you can imagine like half of it is filled with like veggies or colorful vegetables and fruits. And then quarter is protein, and then quarter is your carbs. Yeah. So just looking at this like visual kind of like representation, I think it really helps. And for me, it has helped a lot lah. And especially when it comes to having a more balanced diet, because most of us actually eat more carbs and fats and lesser of the veggies and the proteins. That's why we are always constantly feeling hungry and not satisfied. So yeah, having a good balance is very important. And then thirdly, I feel like living on intuitive. Oh yeah. Thirdly, like, did I mention about intuitive eating?
Not yet.
Okay, yeah. So thirdly, yeah, I actually heard about this term intuitive eating, I think 3 or 4 years back, and I felt like it has helped me, but it's not a form of diet. It's actually just trusting your body, like I said for the first point. But every day I wouldn't, like, let's say if there's a bar of chocolate in front of you, would you want to eat all or just a bit? Would you want to eat all at one go in one day or just a bit every day? I feel like that is very important because your what you eat shouldn't be an all or nothing mindset. So last time I actually would like have cheat days. So 5 days I'll eat clean, and then for the weekend I'll have whatever that I want. But I realized that's not very sustainable. So the healthiest diet that you should have is something that is the most sustainable for your needs. Yeah. And that I actually attended a nutrition course and trying to find out what's the best diet, but in the end what I got the answer was that it's the diet, what I said, like it's the most sustainable one for you. So I was very shocked and surprised by that, but I realized that it's very like it's true. Ever since I started on my healing journey, and I thought like, oh, maybe veganism would be good for me, or like vegetarianism. And then now there's a keto thing which I actually tried before, and it's not sustainable at all, and I felt like crap after. So yeah, everyone's body, we have different genetic composition as well. So it's very important to find something that suits you. And it's very easy to think that, oh, if I follow a certain diet and meal plan as someone else, we have the same results, but it's very different. So yeah, you shouldn't compare your journey to someone else. And I love the intuitive eating, where I will do like 80% of healthy eating like throughout the day, and then can spread like my snacks, like the unhealthy stuff. Like maybe I have like a bubble tea at the end of the day, or a piece of cake, or like or other things like chips. And like doing this every day, it has not led me to like go and binge other things which I restricted myself before. So I felt like it has been very, very successful over the last three to 4 years, and after subscribing to this health, like intuitive eating mindset, and I think it has helped me in my recovery a lot, and I
So,
hope that it will help others too.
right. So for like today, right, like what are the things that you do to stay healthy?
Today,
Mm.
in terms of mental,
Men-
like overall,
mentally wise, yeah, overall, physically wise as well.
is this in the question list?
Yeah, it's the question 8, almost towards the end already. Like what kind of things you like to do to stay healthy? Like mentally wise and like physically wise.
Let me think now.
Like do you perhaps exercise on a daily basis?
Right now, it kind of like goes, it kind of changes every season actually. But I do try to exercise 3 to 4 times a week. Depending how free or how busy I am. But I definitely have to dedicate like at least 3 sessions in a week, because that actually helps in my physical and also my mental health.
Mm-hmm.
And previously I was doing a lot more cardio, but then now I, like during my eating disorders days, to people say like, oh, cardio I hate, like burns fat, whatever. And then now I'm doing more like strength training, and then like building on like more muscle mass. And I feel like that also helps in having like a long term kind of health benefits. And I think cardio kind of like breaks, I don't know, in the long term it will wear you out. And I like doing strength training a lot more right now. And I also go to like gyms like F45, but now I'm still like second guessing whether I should continue. But right now I'm doing like more YouTube workouts, which I feel is good and also bad. Like good in terms of like convenience, but bad also, like it's very mass. So like it's not very targeted for your needs, but it's just a good form of like movement. And I also try to go out into nature when I'm free. Like nature walks and hikes. I really like that, and like being in touch with nature. It helps physically and mentally, so they're quite like overlapping lah. Yeah. And for like mentally, I like to like listen to podcasts. So like for those who like to stay, maybe you need someone who has to cheer you on. I really like listening to podcasts to so like you don't feel alone lah, lonely. You feel less lonely in your journey. And then I subscribe to many like health podcasts, but I really like Jay Shetty's one, and also um, the Health Code by Sarah and Kurt, and then Gary V for like entrepreneur tips. And the Mindset Mentor, which is really important for business, for overall relationships, and
Thanks for sharing them. Then the very last question is, how can someone help his or her friend who is suffering from eating disorders if they know about it?
I feel like you shouldn't judge them for whatever that they are going through, but try to be a listening ear. And if they think that they are in danger of like let's say like, oh, they are so thin that it is very scary. Or how to put it nicely. um they are they look malnourished lah. And you can kind of tell when someone is like that, right?
Yeah.
I think you have to and like try to encourage them and let them know that they are not alone, and if they need someone to accompany them for professional help, then you can be the one. But also just be a listening ear lor, and also do affirmations. I feel like instilling like a sense of
confidence into them that they look alright and they shouldn't lose any more weight is very important, and not comment on how they look. I think that's very important.
Right.
Like how they look in those clothes, or like you should act your age, or whatever that is relating to appearance, they shouldn't comment about anything.
Right. Okay, thank you, Indra. Before we end the interview, right, can I check with you if you have any photos that you think would suit this story for me to like use it? I'll be crediting you.
Sure. How will it be published? Is it on Instagram?
Yeah, okay, so I mean this school publication, it's called the Urban Wire. So we have the website. I can send you the link later. So then it will be published under the category of the profile story. Yeah, so I'll be writing your eating disorder journey.
Actually, I think I can improve on my last question. I mean, I think I need to think about it first.
You can also email me also if it's better.
Yeah, can.
Yeah, can anytime when you're free.
It's very sensitive lah. Like, I have to think about it more.
Yeah. Would it be okay if you email me along with the photos also when you're ready for that? But no hurry lah. Yeah.
When will it be published, like, roughly?
I would say maybe in 2 to 3 weeks. Yeah. 2 to 3 weeks. Because I will be doing a huge article for Sentosa. Yeah.
Ooh.
I went to get a review there.
So fun.
Yeah, I think okay lah, cause yeah, the tracks are quite short. So yeah.
Okay. Actually, how did you find out about us? Or about me?
I think it's from the Clean Addicts. Like the story is out there. Yeah, and then I have always wanted to write about somebody's journey with eating disorders, because I can't possibly write mine. Like I'm not like somebody who has like done anything yet lah. Yeah, so then I really yeah.
How are you in your own journey?
Back then I would say my story is pretty similar to yours, but it isn't like that to that extent yet. Mine was also because it was okay. It started when I was younger. I was so my mother had to go and work because my brother has heart problem, right? Then my father was the one taking care of me. So I was mostly alone at home, but my father will like buy McDonald's for me like 4 or 5 times a week. I was also like that happy kid that just keep eating like without realizing that I'm gaining weight. And then like when I reached Sec 1, right, I started realizing that everybody is so like pretty, they can wear very nice clothes. Like we also went to like Bugis Street also. Then the sizes there for the clothing, I couldn't fit in any. And then people will be like, oh, are you like your mother's sister or something, even though I'm like her daughter. Yeah, I look very mature as well. Yeah, then I started I also had a breakup with my first boyfriend for 3 years. He cheated on me with my friend. And then it made me felt like I'm not good enough, like I'm like not pretty, not skinny, because that girl is skinny and pretty. Then I started to not eat like one fish ball a day, and then I take the stairs. I went for runs and all. Like I had no energy. It was so bad. I drink a lot of plain water. Yeah, then I lost a lot of weight, but people were all telling me that it's not healthy, and my parents were saying that like you don't look good or what like that. They prefer to see like the happy side of me. Then I don't know, for some reason after that I've decided to not like starve myself, because I'm tired of that. Like I don't want to count calories anymore. It just hit me lah. So right now I just want to be happy and like focus on my studies. Okay. Also cause my father has he was diagnosed with stage 4 lung cancer. So then I started to I tell myself that I should focus on the more important things in life, like spending quality time with my father and whatnot, and not torturing myself like that. It's complicated, but
well, how's your dad? Sorry to hear that.
So it's always the situation where the doctor will say, oh, your father left like no more than 6 months. Yeah, this and that. And then for now, he's been around for 2 years. He's still around, but then he's on his last stage of treatment. So hopefully I really hope that he can see me graduate, but as of now, he's still eating well and sleeping well, fortunately, like it's a miracle. Yeah, but yeah, I cannot ask for too much. I just want him to be like happy and healthy, and yeah.
Yeah, same for my mom as well. I feel like our story is so similar.
But you right now you have a husband, right? That I would say love you a lot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know how God brought him to me lah, but I'm very thankful for that.
Yeah, it's good that you have a partner that loves you, and then like you have, yeah.
Yeah, but you are so young. So your boyfriend, when you met your boyfriend was like what, 16 years old?
That was in secondary school. Yeah. No, he was 18, 19, yeah. But yeah, it was in the past already lah. Now come to think about it, also so childish. Yeah.
Yeah, you should never like go on weight loss course for a guy.
Yeah, exactly. I question my choices at times.
Yeah, that's why you have to be patient, and yeah, the right one will come by.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Thank you
Andrea.
so much, Shannon, for sharing your story. Yeah, and letting me share mine as well.
Thank you for like being comfortable to like share about this also though. Yeah.
No worries. I feel like, yes, I have come to terms with my story, but sometimes I still get very emotional. But yeah, I feel like sharing my story will give more light to other people as well. Hopefully it'll help.
Yeah, definitely. So I will send you the article link once it's done, but then I will just wait for your email for the last question as well as the photos.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay,
sure.
thank you,
Thanks so much.
Andrea. Please take care.